Hello everyone. I'm sorry I am a few minutes late. Just had something to do inside. So yeah, shades of 1986 in a democratic country by a black government, supposedly for the people and by the people. Now, today, we can't lay this at Zuma's door. Say what you will, however the media will try and hype it. It is easy to manipulate a hungry man. It is easy to agitate a homeless man. It is easy to fire up an unemployed man. It's the reason why Malema is as powerful as he is. Trust me when I say to you that if it wasn't Jacob Zuma, it would be something else. Because for 27 years, the ANC has given us nothing but hunger, homelessness, and unemployment. Understand when I tell you that it's going to get a whole lot worse. When investors start pulling out of this country, our economy will collapse. It's where we are. That's where the ANC has brought us. You know, I'm disappointed in Cyril Ramaphosa. I remember taking a lot of flack when I sang his praises a while ago, when he just came into office. Because I was firmly in the anyone but Zuma camp. Sadly, Uncle Cyril has been 10 times worse than Zuma. That's the honest truth. Sadly, Uncle Cyril has used this whole Jacob Zuma shenanigan, and whether Jacob Zuma is innocent or not is not that important to me tonight. Because trust me when I tell you that sentencing Zuma to 15 months imprisonment was to take our eye off the ball. Because since that day we stopped asking where the 600 million rand went. Our 600 million. You see, in a country that cannot give free chemotherapy, free dialysis, hundreds of billions was made available for a vaccine. It is saddening that most of this money was stolen. That many of the president's ministers are implicated, his DGs are implicated. And here we sit watching the Jacob Zuma trial. The Jacob Zuma show. You know, guys, think of it what you will, and I know I'm going to take a whole lot of flack for what I'm about to say. But the Zulu have made a statement, rightly or wrongly, that if you touch one of us, you touch all of us. That an injury to one is an injury to all. Now, 15 months imprisonment is a hell of a lot worse. It's a hell of a lot better than what we on the Cape Flats experience daily, because dozens of us are sentenced to death daily. Many of them innocent. When do us coloureds, the second biggest ethnic group in the country, get upset and say an injury to one is an injury to all? That your child is my child. That no more death. We're tired of beating our children. When do we show that type of anger? When do we project that anger? And I'm not calling for looting, because criminality is criminality by any name you call it. But the Zulu have shown us how it's done, rightly or wrongly. I'm saying to you that we need to get our house in order. That there is a reason we find ourselves on the fringes, because we can't get together, because we can't stand up, because we can't protest. Not the way we know we can. The Zulu themselves would admit that for fighting spirit they cannot match the colored people. And this comes from a big fan of the Zulu fighting spirit. Our problem is we fight each other morning and night. We gossip, we lie, we spread fake news, all the while our children are dying. It is disappointing that today we sit here and watch on TV our president speak for 45 minutes straight and say nothing. And we are okay with it. Mr. Ramaphosa, let me be the first person to come out live on Facebook and ask you, in the interest of the country, in the interest of the poor, that you please step down. Your inaction will lead to many, many deaths. A state of emergency is required. The army should have been sent in long ago. Bekele has gone AWOL, or he's on the beach looking for a white surfer to arrest. And our country is burning. I want to tell you that I drove past Westgate Mall a few minutes ago. Because a friend of mine, Khami Daniels, I don't know if we're still going to be friends after this, he calls me this afternoon and says to me, Fadiel, they want to loot Westgate Mall. We need to stand together and we need to stop this. And I say, Khami, why? I say, Westgate Mall, the promenade, the town centre, they don't employ coloureds. They don't invest in Mitchell's Plain. They take billions out of Mitchell's Plain. They don't invest here. Why would I ask you to risk your life and your limb to protect Westgate Mall? He said, oh, okay, wait, I didn't think of it like that. It's because we don't think, guys. But when I came past Westgate Mall, I was greeted by very, very polite law enforcement officers. Now understand that this is the city of Cape Town's law enforcement officers guarding a building which makes tens of millions of rands per week out of Mitchell's Plain. They can employ their own security. The city sees fit to guard a white man's interests. When we say to the city, our children are dying by the dozen, please can we have extra law enforcement or Metro Police, there's never enough resources. You see, the same urgency is not applied. Because our children don't matter. Because our lives don't matter. Because our futures don't matter. The DA will consistently preserve the interests of the white man at the expense of coloured lives. For me, personally, there's no difference between this DA and this ANC. They might as well merge. Because they don't care about us. I'm telling you, young coloured man, young coloured woman, voter registration is here. Get yourself registered. The only way we can change this is if we vote in our numbers. If we vote for the pit bulls who are willing to fight for you to the death. Forget what other people are telling you. They're not going to fight for you. They haven't fought for you. If you followed us for any length of time, you will know that we don't stand back. That we are prepared to go to any lengths necessary for your full equality and the freedom owed to you. Too many of us have forgotten 1986, 1990. They have forgotten the bullets, the graves, the beatings, the tear gas. And it's coming back to bite us. Guys, freedom is never free. Sacrifices will be made. The question is, who's willing to sacrifice? You know, this country needs a leader. A true leader. Cyril's not that man. I do not believe that Malema is that man. I'm definitely not that man. However, we need a general because we are at war with ourselves. We need that unifier, or else we are all going to go hungry very soon. I speak to economists here and there. They give us 7, maybe 8 more years before we start eating each other. We got to get this right. If we don't, I don't know where we go. Have a good night, guys. Be safe out there.